BB and Jack Frost. I'm currently having an issue playing that video. I'm waiting for Optimum to finish upgrading in our area. So I need for Optimum to upgrade a little bit in our area in order for this to work appropriately. I'm guessing at this point. So we're gonna try to play it a little bit later again. So basically, we were out there, and I wanted to play some of the clips that we got from the parade that we were a part of for a short period of time. So I would love to play some clips from there and just some other things, so we can get back to BB in business, where we're usually broadcasting our sponsors and things as such throughout the course of our show. With that being said, I want to give a shout out to Manzi Pace. Good morning, happy holiday. Salute to you, my brother. Hope everything going well with you and yours. Shout out to Art of the Glass. Shout out to Art of the Glass. He says, BBN and Frost, blessings this Sunday morning. Blessings to you, my brother. Hope everything is going well with you and yours. Also, I want to invite I want to see if I can invite some people up, or at least one at a time, to see if we can get a person or two up here and we could chop it up for a minute. Also, shout out to Art of the Glass for I pinned it. It says hit the Frost app. We are still a very short way away from. We got to get this PlayStation going right now. We're shooting for probably the first or the second week, probably the second week of January. Obviously, this is Christmas. There's other things going on in everybody's life that people got to tend to. We're shooting for about the second week of January. Put it on the back burner. There's a couple of things we had to go over here also to keep BBN going. I know people like to try to tell people that I could just be streaming on the internet and I'm doing all of this somehow and I have no expenses. But how can the person being alive have no expenses? So obviously I have to be spending more money on things that allow for us to stay streaming, that allow for us to be able to be programming. I was talking to somebody the other day and I asked him, what does he like the most about our page? What would he like to see me do more of? Because he's, very supportive of the platform. Literally just said, yo, look, Jack, I don't really care what you do with the money that I donate. He said, as long as you keep the channel going, that's all I care about. And I thought that was one of the most sincere things I ever heard, because I see a whole bunch of people saying, I'm not going to, I like your content, but unless you do the thing that I want you to do, I'm not going to support you. And then I'm like, wow, that's kind of bug. Like, so you like the content, but unless I do the specific thing that you want me to do when you want me to do it, then you don't think I deserve any support from anyone. But you do like the content. So shout out to a homie that said that, because that says some of the realest shit that I've heard. I've heard other like dope real shit when speaking on such topics, but that's just one of the realest shits I've ever heard. So shout out to Artie D Glass for putting our Cash App in the chat. He says support the movement, go green. We need everybody to go green. We need as many people on the green team as possible. Shout out to Nick the Slick, salute. He says salute Frost and the gang. As you can see, we are already upgrading. I'm thinking there's a couple of things that we're going to change at some point. We're going to change the range of these lightings. We're going to get more light so we could just change the range of these lightings. We're also going to change the arrangement of these. There's a lot of things that we're going to do to improve the studio. Also, as you can see right here, I got everything blocked off, so I know exactly where I can put different advertisements, where I can put different things in order to be able to jazz it up over here. So we're already working. You understand what I'm saying? And whether you could tell it or not, this is an actual wall over here that I've angled the camera so that wall could be, so we're working over here and we're doing things, and we're gonna keep it pushing. With that being said, today's video is open discussion. I would like to know what you guys want to talk about, but I would like to lead it off by saying this. So I just saw this on social media. Seen this a couple of days ago. I just haven't spoken on it, just so we can be, gosh, sheesh. Don't you hate when you open up Instagram and it automatically just like flips out and does a whole different thing? You know what we're gonna try to do real quick? We're gonna try to play that clip for y'all. I'm gonna try to play that video for y'all again. Let's try one more time and see if it worked. We gave it a second. Well, first I gotta see if it's gonna let me rewind the dang thing. Here we go. We're gonna sheesh. So we're gonna rewind the thing first, and then we're gonna try to play the video, and we're gonna try to let y'all see some of the Coney Island youth, the marching band, some of the few people that allow for me to be able to promote what they're doing and encourage what they're doing. Some of the few. So we have the Coney Island marching band over here. Shout out to the Coney Island Sharks. And yeah. Also, a big, could we just clap it up in the comment section for all the parents that come out and support the youth? We have a lot of people out here that are always talking about community this and community that and what people gonna do for them and this and this and that and all of the things that they need, but they never go out there and support the youth. I'm out there supporting the youth, and y'all see what the hell I go. I'm still trying to do all the support I can. I'm trying, fam. I'm trying. I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm trying. Anyway, so shout out to all the parents that was out there, all the adults, period, that was out there showing support to these kids and showing them, helping to encourage them to do things that, will hopefully give them a bright future. Let's see if we could play the clip this time. We're gonna try again, you MFers. Well, that didn't work out the way I wanted to do. I don't even see the video over here no more. Fam, I don't even see the video down here, so I don't know what's going on with this shit. Anyway, shout out to Optimum. Get y'all shit together. I need y'all to be a little bit better than this. I need y'all to be a little bit better than this. Appreciate you, Manzi. Still here. I need y'all to be a little bit better than this. I love yous, but I'm gonna need for you to be a little bit better than this. This is not good enough. All right. This is not good enough. Okay, so the shit tell me it's playing on this side, fam. But this is like the first reel. This is like 5 seconds. We at the 40-second mark. So it is what it is. I'm trying to show y'all this clip. I got a couple of things that I put together. We're gonna figure out how to make it work. Since I can't get it to work right here, right? This is what we're gonna do for you. I could do this. Since I can't get it to work right here, this is what we're gonna do, right? I mean, I have it on my phone. I could just play it. We just gonna pretend like it's on the screen and it's playing the right way. We're just gonna pretend like it's doing the right thing, though. That's what we're gonna do. This shit is 5 minutes. I'm gonna have to hold this shit a long time. Anyway. All right, so it's like it's a ton of that stuff. I'm gonna get this shit to work right at one point. I'm gonna show y'all. But there's a whole bunch of stuff like that. It's just people in the community. Shout out to all the adults that pulled up, as always, and shout out to all the people that just put things like that together. You guys are the greatest. Motivating the children. All right, can we talk about some just some regular stuff in the news? Can we talk about some news stuff? Do y'all notice how the Democrats are trying to cater to the black male in America? Anybody notices that the Democrats are trying to cater to black men? Anybody notice that, or is that just me? Am I by myself on that? The Democrats are now catering to black men. You say, how is he doing that? This guy Jack, he's going crazy with the because he talking about. Why are they letting all of these people out of jail now that went into jail on minor weed offenses? First of all, wasn't that somebody else's plan a couple of years ago and then it got blocked? Just because I'm trying to just make sure that we remember everything that's actually been going on. Wasn't that somebody else's plan a couple of years ago and then it got blocked? I can't remember whose plan it was specifically, but a couple of years ago, that was somebody else's plan, right? They were saying that they wanted to let people out of jail for minor weed offenses. And then when it came time to do it, they like moved the goalposts. So only a few people got let out of jail. Didn't this happen like a couple of years back? Maybe I'm misremembering, right? I could be misremembering. In any regard, what does Nancy Hochul do? Nancy Hochul is now in New York State talking about reparations. They're trying to cater to the black man now. They catered to the black woman for the last couple of terms. The Obama election, they was catering towards the black people. That's what I'll say. Just in general, it was more of a black family thing. Just in all fairness, during Biden administration, they catered to the black woman trying to get the votes. Correct. The whole entire time they was tearing down Trump, they was trying to tear Trump down. Initially, his first time when he won, they were trying to use white women. They were unsuccessful using white women. The second time they used black women. Nobody noticed this, or is it just me? Remember the first time they had the white women coming out of the woodwork talking about he did this sexually with them, and that, and then also he's talking about he grabbed the vagina and grabbed him by the grab him. Like, so just so we could be clear, the first time Trump tried to get elected, they tried to use white women in as a weapon against him. He got elected. The second time they used black women, so much so that our vice president currently is a black woman. Now, if you do not agree with me, you cannot agree with me, but it doesn't change the facts that if we go back in history, these were the tactics that were taken. One was successful and the other one was not. Just so we could be clear. Like, you can say this, Frost is crazy. He doesn't know what he's talking about. But if we go back and we look at history, the thing that I'm saying actually happened and was unsuccessful. And the other thing actually happened also. And Trump just happened to not win the election. Both of these were pivotal points during his campaign. They weren't minor incidents. They were main talking points that people were using in order to describe why you should and or shouldn't vote for this man. Find it interesting in any regard. The Democrats are catering to the black male like crazy. Like crazy. Ain't that wild? I think people actually focus and sit back and think about what that means. You know who you cater to? You cater to the head of the household. That's who you cater to. Why every time they talk about equal pay, right? And this is just something I want to be clear on. What up, Florida State Bully? Salute. Every time somebody talk about equal pay, and I just want to be clear about this. No weird. That's a fake Florida State Bullies. That's not the real Florida State Bullies. That's a fake page. That's a fake page. I'm just kicking you right now. So, just so we could be clear, if that's the real page, hit me on Instagram. Copy. I'll be like, oh shit, that was the real guy. I'm gonna unblock him. You cater to the head of the household. If you look at basically what's been done in our media, I'm not even talking about in our actual households. I'm talking about in our media. It's usually being constructed in most television shows and in many movies that a household runs better when a woman is the head of it. That's what they've been doing. I'm not talking about any color in particular. I'm just saying a woman in general. And I'm talking about recent media. And I don't think that's fair because I think that the woman is supposed to be, the home is her. How you say? The man protects the castle, but the woman runs it. So I do believe in that. Let's not be confused. But I do believe that the Democratic Party see now that black men aren't just going to blindly follow our women and vote for our women, because they tricked a lot of black men into believing that if they didn't vote for a certain politician in this race or in that race, then that meant that they weren't supporting black women. And the one thing that black men actually do want to do at all times is be supportive of black women. It's only the suckers that don't. But y'all like the suckers more than y'all like the real niggas most of the time, just to be honest with you. Y'all love the suckers. I'm not even trying to be a jerk. Like, y'all really do love the suckers. Like, it's just sometimes you just be looking and you be like, you can't tell her nothing. Like, if I was like falling for some chick that was not necessarily a good woman, you probably wouldn't be able to tell me neither. In all fairness, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be, you know what I'm saying, like make it sound like it's one thing or another. I'm just saying what it is. I found that interesting. They're trying to remove Trump from the ballot. The fact that all people are outraged is insane. When they use the courts in other countries to prevent their political rivals from participating in the election process, American politicians, condemn it. But here they are, the Democrats are the ones that's doing it. When people do it in other countries, American politicians use it as a reason to basically say, maybe we need to go over there and mind their business. Tell me where the lies at. American politicians will be ready to go over there and mind their business. They'd be ready to go over there and remove this dictator, calling him a dictator and everything else. Tell me where the lies at. But this is literally what they just did to Trump. And since y'all don't like Trump, you're going to allow for it to happen, which is going to allow for laws to change and which is going to allow for precedents to be created. Then those same laws that were changed is going to be used against you. That same precedence that was created is going to be used against you. You're going to say it's not fair, but it's going to be too late because when it happened to the other guy, you said it was fair. That's how come the situation was created. So now they got this noose around our neck that we can't remove, and it's going to be there for 10, 20, 30 years. Until real change now comes because it's ran its course. So that's what's been happening to black people for the longest. You agree with some shit because it goes against someone that you don't like. And then that same shit that you don't agree with turn right back around and bite you on the ass. And you scream, it's not fair. There's a reason why I just don't be agreeing with everything. It's not because I'm disagreeable. It's because I'm not agreeing and or disagreeing with things I'm going to agree and or disagree with things based on what I can project the long-standing outcome of my decision is going to be. So while I'm saying, I wouldn't do that, and you saying, yeah, but you're going to win right now. You're going to win right now, right this second. And I'm busy thinking, well, yeah, but then down the road, see what happens? I'm going to say something real quick. Did y'all see that? And I'm not trying to make fun of him. Did y'all see that video with Cisco trying to perform Thong Song? Cisco didn't have long-term thoughts on his mind. He didn't think about when he was younger about how he's going to need for his body to be able to work when he get older. I'm still going to need to be able to move around. I'm still going to need to be able to do these flips. So he was doing whatever he was doing that didn't allow for him to be able to keep himself in reasonable shape. Shout out to Zeph. You see how these dudes be looking? And tell me where I'm wrong. Tell me what I'm saying that's wrong. I'm not bashing our brother. I'm not trying to speak negatively about him. I just want to be clear on this. I'm just explaining the difference between how some people might think in contrast to how others might think. Yeah, it's dope to win right this second. But how much damage is my decision going to cause others and myself a year down the road, 2 years down the road? Am I going to be able to first, am I going to be able to stay in line with the Most High, first and foremost? But am I going to be able to live with this decision? Is this something that if something good or if something bad happened, I'm going to be okay with? Because you can make a decision that you might not be okay with and something good happen. Just like you could make a decision that you might not be okay with and something bad happen. And both positions in the reverse. Yeah, it looked like it took. First of all, I'm going to say one of the things that I'm most proud of, and that is, for the majority of my life, I've had no stomach. For the majority of my life, I've been pretty fit. Partly that is because I've almost always worked hard labor. That's partly why. But also, I've always took relatively decent care of myself whenever possible. Whenever possible, I eat good food. I didn't start eating fast food again until like 3 years ago. I had not ate like McDonald's or Burger King or nothing like that, like in a dumb long time. I just stopped eating that shit. I used to cook almost every meal at home. I didn't eat out like that. If I ate out, I went to a diner. I went to, somewhere where you're going to get like steak. Some shit. And like that. Risotto or something. I have never had. Have I? I don't even remember. I might have. But that's not the point. In any regards, Zeph said, guess what? Ski Yee won Best Rap Song of the Year. That's because people aren't winning these songs based on how good the song actually is. People are winning these awards People aren't winning these awards based on how, and this is not a knock on Homegirl, just so we could be clear, but people aren't winning these awards based on how good their material actually is. They're winning awards based on how high their popularity could reach on said thing. You understand what I'm saying? So if you can be pushed into a very high field of popularity, even though these artists down here, just their music is light years better than yours, you're gonna get Rap Song of the Year because you were able to reach a lot of people. Because the thing that they're most interested in is how long and how many people you could acquire attention of. So sometimes the better, and this is not an alcohol still, but sometimes the better something is, the fewer people that are going to be able to understand it. You understand? The more complicated something is, the fewer people can understand it. That's why shout out to Einstein. He basically said, if you can't explain something with small words, you don't know it well enough to talk about it. And that's why whenever people come in here and they try to use like big words, and I'm like, why are you doing that? Go check that up, fam. It's not cap. This is what Einstein said. I don't got a cap. So that's why when people come in here and they be trying to use like really big words in order to try to have conversations with me, and I'm like, you don't, like, I don't even think you know what you're talking about. Like, especially when I can know what they're saying, like, you don't even know what you're talking about. You're using a word, because I'm going to explain something. When people try to do this, but you can usually tell when somebody is doing this. Sometimes people will write a sentence, or they'll think of a sentence, right? What up to the few? They'll think of a sentence, right? Then after they think up the sentence, now they want to make the sentence sound smart. So they're going to go to a dictionary. They're going to replace some of the words, and they're going to try to put bigger words in the place to make it sound smart. The problem is this: context. So if you're speaking, like, if English is not your natural, like, think about it this: everybody that speaks English, right, and it's your first language, you don't speak no other language, right? Specifically, you guys. So if you speak to somebody who English is not their natural language, their first language, it's not even their second language, let's say. When they talk, do you hear the way they sound? Now, they know exactly what they're talking about. It's not even about not being smart enough to speak on it, because in their language, they might be able to speak about it more eloquently than you can in English. So that's not the point either. You get what I'm saying? The point is, it don't sound right. So when you guys try to make a sentence and then you try to go to the dictionary and get words to replace it, to somebody that knows what the words mean that you're saying, the majority of the time, it's not going to sound right. You wouldn't even, people wouldn't even put those words together because there's other words that basically work with the same way that word works that are basically would be used in that. Like, so you'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Part of language. Like, it be breaking my mind. They be in here trying to do that. That's why I be like, and I be looking, I be wondering if other people could tell. So I'd be like, can anybody else tell when people were doing this? I had a relative who used to always try to use big words all the time. Like, if he learned what a word used, he tried to use it like you're minuscule, right? So he learned it means like small, right? Right. But he'd use it when you can't use it. You understand? Like, he'll use it where it don't go. And you're just looking at him like, and then there's people there and they looking at him and you just like, you don't want to say nothing. Because, you here with them. You love the mother, you love the MF, this is your family. You're here with them. You just start throwing extra words in there to make sure, no, we know what we're talking about. Just, what I'm saying? That was just a mistake. We're not going to pay attention to that. So that's how people be sounding to me sometimes. That's why I be ready to kick them. Like, you don't even know what you're talking about, fam. What y'all want to talk about, put it in the chat. So this whole Ski Yee thing, one album, best album of the year. First of all, congratulations. Congratulations. I should have led with that just so we could be clear. Congratulations. I'm not a hater. Like, not for nothing. I don't really care about any of these awards. And I've been telling you I don't care about any. We need to do our own awards. That's what we need to do, the BBN Awards. I don't care about any of these awards. None of these, very few of these awards places have any actual integrity. I'm just being honest with you. So I don't really care about many of these awards. None of them none of them. When Denzel Washington can literally be the best actor for over a decade and struggle to win an Oscar. That's all I need to know about awards. I don't really need to know anymore. Don't really need to know anymore. Just being honest with you. When Leonardo DiCaprio could be one of the best actors for over a decade and struggle. So I don't need to, that's all I need to know. And yes, I led with Denzel on purpose. And then I came back with Leonardo on purpose. This is not about color. Over a decade, fam. Both of them killing it, struggling to win an award. That's all I need. That's all I personally like me need to know about the awards, man. Also, when I was a kid, I used to watch the award show with my stepmother. Shout out to Bertha Taylor, rest in peace. I don't actually have any family. Shout out to my daughter and her mother. I'm not gonna yell their names out. I don't want them to be stalked. But I don't actually have any family. But I appreciate if all of y'all go spend time with y'all family. I was gonna go live and play PlayStation, but we're not gonna be getting that. We're gonna be getting that probably 3 more weeks, maybe, or something. It's gonna be held off something. But no, I don't actually have family. I'm just gonna do everything in regular stuff I do. I mean, I'm fine. Don't worry about it. I don't think about stuff like that. Anyway, I never really celebrated holidays, so please do not feel bad for me. I don't want nobody to feel bad for me. I never really celebrated holidays. Never really had like celebratory holidays. It's funny because when I started dating Kendra, right? So Kendra is, I'm just gonna tell you a story. So Kendra, she is one of those people that every holiday the crib gets done up. Like, she's a crafty. She goes to Michael's. Okay. She's like that. She goes to Michael's. She got a garden. Like, you know, we garden some of the time. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So when Christmas and stuff like that come by, she got 2 girls, and so they, you know, they do it big. They, you know, so I really wasn't never really had Christmases until I was with them. You know what I'm saying? But like, there's other times that, you know, I might have, you know, I guess, you know, we did a little something here, or I went to a place over there or some shit. But nah, I never really did Christmas. I don't got those memories. It is what it is, though. Like I said, God set me to the side, so maybe that wasn't something that God had that was for me. You know what I'm saying? Mm. So that's how I usually take things. Yeah, yeah, but she's crafty. Like, she's crafty. Like, she's crafty. She made me my first merch. That's a fact. She's crafty. Just mailed it to me one day. What y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. Yeah, I don't really do that stuff. I'm a Hebrew Israelite, fam. I don't really do that stuff. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Don't feel bad for me, fam. That's what I'm telling you. Don't feel bad for me. I'll be all right. Don't worry about it. Everybody is gonna be enjoying themselves. It'll be fine. I'll hear people being happy. That'll be good enough for me. All right. Like, literally, that's literally good enough for me. Like, I enjoy hearing other people be happy. As much as stupid as that sounds, you know. Sometimes that's as close as you can get. You gotta just deal with it. So that's usually my energy. Like, whatever. What y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. Nothing. 10:30. I'm in no rush to go anywhere. I'm in no rush to go anywhere. I'm no rush, zero rush. Is there anything y'all guys want to talk about? Now, this is our second day on StreamYard. I don't think I can hold people in the room when we're on StreamYard. I don't think I could hold people in the room. It doesn't seem like we could get over 40 people in the room. I don't know if it's a connection issue or if the get it to work right here. This is what we're gonna do. I don't know if it's a connection issue or if it's like bad reception on my end or bad quality. I don't know. I don't like the quality right here. I got a good camera too. This should be better quality. Hold on. This might just be my service now. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so I don't know if it's people can't get in here or not. I don't know what it is. Might be people can't get in here. I'm also not really high energy this morning. I haven't been high energy a lot. 6ix9ine is super quiet. He should be. Sheesh, homegirl, have you been going past Thickum's page? Shout out to Kendra. She said, thanks for the shout out. Home still gets decorated, and I know it's beautiful. Shout out to Kendra. You could join if you want. You don't have to show your picture. You could join and say hi if you want. You don't have to show your picture. There's a thing where you could just not have your picture up, but you could join and just say hi if you want. If you want, no pressure. I'm gonna need to make sure it's you, and then you could turn your camera off if you want to join. You could just join and say hi. But hold on, is that not the truth though? When I got what you used to be like wanting to celebrate all the holidays, and I was like, I don't really celebrate these things, but if you do, I'll do it. That's a fact. I don't gotta lie, fam. I keep trying to tell you, I don't be lying. I be serious. Shout out to Kendra pulling up into the chat. I be trying to tell y'all. That's my friend. I be trying to tell you, huh? What y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. Anything y'all want to discuss? Very nice decoration. She's crafty. That's what I mean. Like, it wouldn't even make sense for me to just like date anybody. Like, I would want to date somebody that, got their own interests. I'm not, I would want to date somebody that got their own interests. Anything y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. I'm gonna try to play the clip again. I don't know if that clip is gonna play, fam. I'm gonna try to play the clip again. Let me open up my other jump off. Let me make sure I don't got nothing. I'm not even gonna open that up. I got this shit on the screen right over here, and it looked like it's messed up. So that might be what the problem is. I might need to turn the whole. Let me see if I could pull up something real quick. Task manager. We're gonna pull up the task manager. I want to see what that is. Is that something I could just delete, or is that just gonna be there? Nope, I can't get rid of that. It's just there. D.S. Williams says, how do you feel about the current state of society and modern day people? Think it will get better, or are we in for a ride? I say that the Bible says that we need for prophecy to transpire in order for the Most High to come back to the world. That's what I hear, right? So there's things that we shouldn't really, that we're just supposed to observe and we're supposed to be witnesses of. So God says that in the last days there's going to be wars and rumors of wars, but for us not to be dismayed, right? So when you say, how do I feel about the current state of society and modern day people? I say we should all be trying to get closer to the Most High. And by doing that, we have to get closer to Jesus. All right, we gonna be here. If you wanna pull up, we gonna be here, Kendra. If you can make it, if you can't make it, it's all good. Yeah. Like I said before, if you can, you can. If you can't, you can't. But you can't always make it so we do not see your camera. I just want to be clear. Your camera does not need to be on. It'll show that K. And you could just talk. Believe me, I'm not trying to invade your life, neither. You're a wonderful person. And believe me, I think you deserve to be happy more than most. So I'm not in no way trying to disrupt anything you got going on over there. I just think that you're a wonderful person, and more you and anyone life can only make their life better. That's just facts. So yeah, we got to get closer to the Most High, and the only way we can do that is through Jesus Christ. So I think that the current state of society is either you're moving away from all of the taboo stuff, things that used to be taboo that now is becoming common day. If you're moving away from those things and you're moving closer to the Most High, or you're moving closer to those things and you're moving away from the Most High, because you cannot be doing both of those things at the same time. It's one or the other, fam. You can't be like, the OnlyFans thing is great. I can't wait for them to take it to the next level. And then at the same time be like, Jesus. You can't do that. You understand what I'm saying? This does not work. You can't be on Sunday talking about saving people and being saved yourself, but on Friday you have P. Diddy's freak offs. You can't do that. That's not something that you should be doing. You feel me? So current state of society, there's a lot of improvement. but we're on course for what we're supposed to be doing. Not everybody is supposed to get to heaven. When you realize that, you realize not everybody is supposed to be following what the Lord said to do. When you realize that, you realize just having the ability to see. I don't think we fucks with you, T History. What are you doing here? And why does your jump off say, oh, get out of here? Shout out to T History. I'm kicking you from the studio. You come back up here again unwarranted, and I'm going to ban you. That's not the real T History. That's a fake T History. They just do stuff like that, so now they could go tell the other guy I was talking about him. These guys, the other guy's gonna believe him too. He gonna believe him. I promise you. They gonna come over here talking to me crazy, and they gonna say I did it. I promise you that's what's gonna happen. Anyway, in any regard, so that's basically what it is. You either moving closer to the Most High, or you're moving closer to earthly things. So we should be trying to move closer to the Most High and not be concerned with what's happening, what's of the world. Are you of the world, or are you of heaven? Are you of the world, or are you of God? If you're of God, you're not going to be but so concerned about what's happening in the world. I report on the things that's happening in the world. I report on how the Most High is getting closer. I report on how the world is just going to hell in a handbasket. Why? Because we're supposed to have people that bear witness. We are supposed to bear witness. We, all of us as individuals. So if I have a platform, I'm supposed to use my platform to allow for you to have more of an opportunity to be able to make a decision. That's all. I'm not here to tell you what to believe and what not to believe. I'm just here to try to give you the opportunity to be as informed as possible. That's it. You make your own decision, fam. Shout out to Kendra. Let's put Kendra's jump off up there. She said, I still decorates. I need all of the decorations. I need some of that barbecue chicken that you be making. I love that barbecue chicken. I now make my barbecue chicken the way that you make your barbecue chicken. I guess that's the best compliment you can give anyone. They changed their whole. They changed their whole. What do you call that? They changed their whole recipe. What else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. We having a conversation, man. I got a real big question for everybody. I'm about to make a lot of people mad. And if anybody want to hear me make some people mad, drop some frost in the chat. You want to hear me make some people mad? Drop some frost in the chat. Drop some frost in the chat. If y'all don't want me to make a whole bunch of people mad, I'm not going to do it. But if you want to hear me make a lot of people mad, drop some frost in the chat. I'm going to say the thing that's on the tip of everybody's lips, but nobody is saying it. Shout out to Manzi. Manzi dropped some frost. That's it. Only Manzi. Only Manzi. D.S. Williams. Only 2 people want to hear this information over here. You know what? Let's go. Why is it and I'm not saying anyone was right. I'm for the people. I'm always for the people. Shout out to the few. All right, I'm for the people. I'm always for the people. I don't want any civilians, past or present, to have been injured. I don't believe that when wars are being fought, that it should be fought, uh, taking civilian casualties. I think both sides should always try their best to prevent civilian casualties. Because I'm about to say a thing. I am against all periods of history that we have heard of and speak about in our classrooms where there are thousands and millions of people that are being extinguished and losing their lives. I'm against that. I just want to be clear. So I'm going to say something. Yeah, I know who everybody copied their propaganda off of, right? Give everybody a history lesson real quick also. Let me get something. I got to plug something. I'm going to get some coffee. Y'all know what regime all countries now that exist and do the media copy off of, right? Everyone right now that does the media, whether it's CNN, whether it's Fox, whether it's the United States of America, whether it's Russia, everyone that does the news, everyone that does advertisement, everyone that creates an ad or a circulation with the intended purpose of eliciting an interaction or an interaction, right? Basically, everything that we do nowadays comes from one people's. They were the best at it. They were so great at it that right in front of the eyes of the world, they convinced their own people to turn on their next door neighbors and their friends. So I say this tongue in cheek and just with the understanding that I don't agree with the harm that comes to any people. But there was a country that warned the rest of the world about Zionists. Now I'm going to say something else. Did y'all notice when Kanye West said that Adidas wouldn't drop him for saying anything anti-Semitic? You know who owns Adidas, right? You know what country the owners of Adidas is from, right? So I say all of that to say this. Oh, I'm going to add one more thing. So, you know, when the country of Palestine was taken away from the Palestinians and was separated as we know it now into what it became. When this happened, I think in 1940, whenever it was, right? The state of Israel was created. You know that the president of Egypt said that the Jews left basically black and came back white. So I say all of that to say this. My heart goes out to everyone caught in the conflicts that are transpiring across the globe, across the world. Right? But God wants us to pay attention to what he wants us to pay attention to. God wants us to pay attention to and not be distracted the second coming of Jesus Christ. He doesn't want us to be distracted by these things. So he told us that these things were going to happen so we can have a jumping off point, an understanding of when we should be getting ready. So for all people, especially black people who love to run around and say that we are the anointed people, you'll get the most ignorant black man on the planet, and he will swear up and down he's the main God's people. For all of these things to be happening all over the world, and for our people to not be the first in fucking line. I'm just saying. Black people love to talk about how it's a black Jesus and all this other black this and black that and all these other things, right? Now, all of this shit is happening all over the world that is signifying the coming of the Messiah, the second coming, and our people still refuse to go back to Jesus. I don't blame the kids, man. I don't blame the kids, man. I don't blame the kids at all. Kids is doing what they was taught. Whether you taught it to them by telling them do this, or whether you taught it to them by allowing for other people to be around them and for them to be experiencing and going through things that they shouldn't have been going through, or having knowledge of things that they shouldn't have knowledge of yet, or whatever the case is, or whether you taught it to them because you just allow for, you know, the world to give it, whatever, however it was taught to them, it was you teaching it to them. Unless you are actively trying to make sure that they don't, and I'm talking about whoever the guardian is that is present. We're gonna stop blaming shit on people that ain't present. Some people ain't present for. Think about it like this: they said 70% of men, when they go through the DNA, 70% of men, some of them are like that, be not the father fan. So I need for y'all to think about this: how many of those men you think that are not the father is being called an absentee dad when in the first place they wasn't even the father in the first place? But they being on the statistic being called an absentee dad though. That ain't his kid. It's something to think about. Ain't even his kid. He up there for being an absentee father though. Ain't even his kid. I don't know who Ronnie Pickering is. I don't know who you are, fam. I need for you to tell me who you are. I don't know who you are, fam. I'm just removing you from up here. I ain't kicking you out the room, though. Somebody want to come up here and chop it up with me. I would love to have somebody come up here so I can see if it's gonna work. For one, Kendra might come if she get off her car, if she pulls over. I got 7 people in the private chat. I don't even look at those messages. Let's see how that number gonna go. Hold on, I don't even look at those messages. Let's see how high the number gonna go. It's at 7. I don't look at those messages because it's probably just people hating on me. So I'm gonna read them shits. So don't send me messages over here. It's a waste of time. Just send it through Instagram. Just be like, don't make sense for me to look over there. It's probably just somebody just stressing me out over nothing. People be real mad at you when you don't want to argue with them. They get mad. This shit's crazy. People be real mad because you want peace. They not a part of it. It's at 7. Let's see how high that number go. I ain't looking at it at no point. But it's at 7. So I just thought that was odd. Interesting. Because the last thing I wanted to mention was God says that his people wasn't going to get back to their real land. So there's Jews that don't believe that Jewish people are supposed to be in Israel because they're not supposed to go there until the God deems it's time, until the end of the day. So there's people that believe that, And there's people that believe different. So, not everybody's the same, fam. Not everybody's the same. Let's just pray for the safe recovery of all hostages and for a ceasefire. Period. That's what type of time I'm on, fam. I'm not against nobody, fam. I literally understand what God said when he says don't get involved in that. I understand what he's saying. I'm not getting involved with that, fam. Shout out to Mike Jones. That's a big debate about how are the real Hebrew about who are the real Hebrew Israelites. Yeah, that's a huge debate. And Jewish people don't call themselves Hebrew Israelites, as far as I can tell. So I don't think it's the question of who are the real Hebrew Israelites. I think it's the question of who is really God's chosen people. I think that's what you meant to say. Because I don't hear Jews calling themselves Hebrew Israelites. So I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm just making sure that we speaking about it as appropriately as possible. Oh, that's crazy. Some of y'all comments come through on one side, but don't come through on the other side. I wonder why. What else y'all want to talk about? I appreciate that. Usually, when I'm right about some pedantic thing like that, I get somebody in here that want to argue with me over some shit. I don't be wanting to argue, man. I really don't want to argue. Like, I really don't. I'm way more amenable than I get opportunities to be. Amenable. Is that a good word? Is that a good word for that? I didn't mean to correct you. My apologies, my brother. I just didn't. I wasn't even trying to correct you, to be honest with you. I just didn't want to get uh, uh backed into saying something without. I just wanted to make sure that I said my complete thought. I wasn't really trying to correct you, to be honest with you. Yeah, I wasn't trying to correct you. I was not trying to do that. I was just making sure that I was my words couldn't be confused more than anything else. Yeah, I wasn't trying to correct you. Please don't make me that guy. I'm not running around looking for people to correct him. Nobody's doing that. Just some dope shit. Just shit, fam. Just shit, fam. Like y'all don't understand, fam. Like just shit, fam. Like we really those people over here, fam. I'm not just I don't want to get into certain things. Just certain things I see on the internet. A lot of people copy off of the BBN, fam. We a lot of people copy off of the BBN, fam. A lot of people, fam. A lot of people be in our chat and appreciate what we doing over here. I love you niggas too. All right. I'm not that person that's gonna be mad that you, unless you're trying to copy off of me and disrespect me at the same time. I'm not the guy that's gonna be mad. Like I'm gonna take it as appreciation. What else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. And no, I'm not here to talk about race. I don't want to talk. I'm not a race beta. I don't want to talk about race. What else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. Yeah, because I'm not really that guy that want to talk about race all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of our conversations we're gonna have to discuss how it affects, like, black people specifically, right? That's the thing. It's gonna happen. But I don't really want that to be the crux of the conversation. Like, I'm not pulling up like, oh man, I can't wait to talk about this race stuff. Like, that's not really me. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather talk about how we're gonna make something work than how we're gonna talk about how we're gonna take something down. I want to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? But back to the whole conversation I was trying to have about what that's what we should be getting closer back to. The problem is us as black people, we just don't come together, fam. Like, we just don't. It's like, I'm gonna come together, but only when that person does exactly what I want them to do. Like, this is how niggas think. Like, I'm not gonna do the thing that person to do it until they do exactly what I want them to do. And so there's always a stalemate. You understand what I'm saying? Like, for real, for real. Kendra's in here. Like, I don't know if she's still in here, but she was in here. Y'all could have asked her. Yes, I do almost everything based on the Bible. Y'all could have asked her. Y'all could have asked her. That I've been like this before YouTube. I really we having a discussion about some shit, and I'm bringing up the Bible. She was in here. You could have asked her. I don't got a cap, fam. I wish I would have thought about it when she was texting. I ain't want to put her on the spot though, because I did want her to come up and just chop it up with us and say hi. She probably would have means. I've been waiting to kick you. You said something a while back. You probably thought I forgot about it, but you said something a while back. And ever since you said it, I was like, I need to kick this guy. I always wait for people to try to repeat back shit that I say back to me. Once you do that, I don't trust you. I just wanted to let you know why you got kicked. I want to let you know why you got kicked. I didn't just want you to just walk out the door and not know.
Merry Christmas!
Yeah, I'm gonna have to wait for these guys to just improve the freaking cable over here, man. There's not much I could do about it at the moment. I'm gonna call these guys up today. I'm gonna talk to them. Was it buffering the whole time? I'm curious. Was it buffering the whole time? Or did any of the I was trying to play the parade and things like that for y'all that happened out here. Was it buffering the whole time? I'm trying to check. I don't know. It might have been buffering the whole time. No, it wasn't buffering the whole entire time. It was buffering a good deal of the time. No, we get it together. We still working over it. Dude, I'm doing stuff over here with like minimal resources. We still working over here. It's getting together. But like I said before, right now the issue is I gotta wait for Optimum to they're working allegedly working on improving the speed in the area. So that's literally what I need at the moment. Um I'm curious as to know how well gaming is gonna be, but I doubt I'm gonna have an issue with gaming because everything's configured differently. You know what I'm saying? I might have an issue with gaming if I plan on gaming and video. I might have an issue, but if I just let the gaming go, I might not have an issue. We'll see. I don't know. Now I'm doing something else. Like the download speed is incredible. Just so we could be clear, it's the upload speed that has always been the issue. And that's what we need for them to improve. So the download speed's incredible. It's the upload speed that's the issue. So that's generally why when I'm trying to do certain things over here, I'm not able to, because for me to send the message out is more difficult than for me to receive the message. Anything y'all guys want to talk about, put it in the chat. But as anybody that's been here anytime knows, once this issue is finished with, we post a lot of like when I'm just outside getting content, I repost a lot of that. So that's what I was busy trying to tell people. Like I would have been posting people in Coney Island like 2 years ago. They just they somebody told everybody to hate me. I don't know what to tell you. And then the couple of situations that there were a couple of people that were very open arms to me. Shout out to they have some guys that run over here. They do jogging, it's physical fitness team. Shout out to those guys. But the only issue that I have over there is I was live streaming a lot. But I guess next year I'm still gonna be here. I guess next year I don't need the live stream. I could just go get the video footage and then chop it up. But remember, we didn't have the ability to really do editing for a real long time. Um, certain apps didn't even exist yet that YouTube just made as a recent. So shout out to them. They've always been real. You know, come over here, come check us out. So we could now edit the video footage. You know, we have the resources that we didn't have previously. We have now. Um, and so we have a little bit of. We would have been getting different video footage for the football also. But we were filming specifically with the idea of we were just shooting a live stream. I might go back and look at some of that footage. But like I said, like next year, if we really want to shoot sports, where I'm gonna have to be moving with the camera, we have to get that's why immediately actually we need to get a stabilizer, so I will be able to move swiftly with the camera. I used to have a stabilizer. I had to leave it at a place. I don't have it no more. I had an expensive one too. I think the one that I bought when I bought it cost about 500. It was expensive. It was for heavy duty stabilizer. It was for heavy cameras. But anyway, in any regard, so I think that'll be a win. Also, the camera that I have is obviously a multi-purpose camera, but the whole win would be to get a camera that's specifically for the purpose of filming, for various different reasons. So I don't know. We're looking into things, but the stabilizer is definitely something we need. So I could run because I couldn't really run and follow the play. You understand? I wasn't able to run and follow the play like I would have wanted to. So the plays could happen, and we just got to stay stationary and shoot them. But next year, hopefully, we'll be able to follow the play a little, so we could get upfield, have a little bit better coverage. Do a couple of things. Notice, as always, I do shit over here up until I meet the wall of I don't have enough resources to go any further. So usually that's what happens when people be like, "Why did I stop doing this?" or "Why did I stop doing that?" Just didn't have any resources to go further. That's it. So we just started doing something different. Um, Anything y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. That's another reason why you see us switch up and do different things often. You understand what I'm saying? That's why we change a lot of stuff that we do over here. And usually because we don't got a choice. I'm going to tell you something about the NBA that kills me. So you'll have a player, and the player will be a pretty good player, right? And they'll have a really good year. Let's just be honest. They'll have a good year. And their good year would be them like averaging like 17 points. And then all of a sudden, instead of people saying this person had a good year and they improved well, now all of a sudden that people will say this guy's the next Kobe. This guy's the next this guy's the next that. Yeah, one good year, fam. One. And it's a 17-point good season. This ain't back in the 1980s when somebody scored 17 points a game like Aguirre. A Mark Aguirre scored like 16, 17 points a game in like 1980. One of those years he scored 25. What was it? 1988? Hold on. How many points did Mark Aguirre average for the Detroit Pistons in 1988? Mark Aguirre. Mark Aguirre. You fuckers. Hold on. The hell did that happen for? How many points did Mark Aguirre average for the Detroit Pistons in 1988? I should have said 87. Detroit Pistons 1987 stats. Here we go. He averaged like 16, 17. But one year he averaged like 25. I just don't know if that was before he got here or not. I used to be fans of the team. So I should have went 88, right? Okay, Dantley was still there at 88. So it's 89-90, I'm thinking. Pardon me. 89-90. So he did average, I think, like 25 points. Mark Aguirre came into the NBA. He was like the third pick or some shit. Hold on. Anyway, hold on. So I should have went 88. I was right. 88, 89. All right, I was right. Right? Here we go. Mark Aguirre, 6'6". Career summary. He averaged 20 points for his career. But in 88, what did he average? In the 88-89 NBA season, when he got to the Detroit Pistons, he averaged 15 fucking points a year. What the fuck I'm talking about? He averaged 15 points a game his first fucking year with the Detroit Pistons. What side is it on? It's on that side. I hate that just happened. The shit flipped over and started. He averaged 15.5 his first year with the Detroit Pistons. You see 15.5, right? Right here. First year with the Detroit Pistons. What the hell I'm talking about? And I told you that stat off the top of my head. I said he averaged 15, 16 points. He averaged 15.5. In any regard, yeah, so I hate when they do that. I hate when some guy has one good year and then they talk about he's the next this and he's the next that. The point that I'm trying to make is this dude, Mark Aguirre, used to average 20 points a year. Pardon me, he averaged 20 points a year for his career. Have y'all guys ever heard of him? Have y'all ever heard of him? All of y'all LeBron fans, he averaged 20 points for his career. Most people don't even know who he is. Y'all busy acting like some dude that just he averaging 15 points for one season is the next anybody. Sheesh. There was a period in time where if you was in the starting lineup and if you was in the starting lineup and you wasn't somebody like an elite defender or an elite rebounder and you wouldn't even be in the starting lineup if you didn't average like 15 points. Like that was like medium. So there's this chick that live in this neighborhood over here where I live. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm always in her Instagrams. Hold on. I ain't gonna say who she is. I don't want nobody to stalk her. The fuck is this? Fucking cats. Okay, so apparently she might have been telling she got to let some dude go. I'm looking at it. That's what I'm gasping. I'm a funny guy. I'm like trying to figure this shit out. Anyway, cats. I watch a lot of cat videos also. I'm an animal lover. I love animals. I think that's one of the things that you need, like, if you really want a family, right? So you got your wife, like me being a man. I got my wife, you know what I'm saying? And then we get some kids or whatever, or she already got them, whatever the case is. You still need a pet, man. That's just the way that I feel. Like you need one pet. Like I don't really care what the hell the pet is. Well, I kind of do. It kind of gotta be a cat or a dog, but you need a pet, fam. I feel like you need one pet. Like that just helps. You need something for the children to have to take care of. Like you understand? Like the children learn how to take care of and how to care for things because they're taking care of the pet. You understand? So you need the pet. How the children supposed to learn how to take care of their own kids? How the children supposed to learn how to be compassionate to something that just can't understand what the hell they're talking about? Because when you're talking to your kid can't understand what the hell you're talking about. You just think they do. They don't be understanding. They just be trying to take your cues and move appropriately. They don't really be understanding. So I think a family need to have that. You gotta have a pet, man. A little dog or some shit. Something for the kids to take care of. No, not exclusively, obviously. You're not just getting the thing and then you're just gonna forget about it and see it next. I'm see you next month. like you just leave it to the kids. No, we're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? But I have something for the kids. And also, sometimes that also helps bridge the gap between your relationship with your kid, your child, the animal, So that's a good thing. Just something to be mindful of. Do what you want to do. I'm still trying to find some chick that's okay with like dress cosplay and shit like that because I want to go places and be silly. I'm being honest with you. I want to go places and be silly. She just also needs to care about her fitness. This is also important to me. I'm going to care about my fitness also through the duration of us being together. I promise you, I'm going to care about my fitness. Shout out to Sebastian Tampkins. He says, Grand Rising and all. What it do, my brother? Just chilling. What do you want to talk about today? Yeah, so just so we could be clear. That type of time. I want to go places and be silly, man. If you can't wear cat ears in public, I might not be the guy for you. I'm being funny, but I'm so serious. Anything y'all guys want to talk about? Put it in the chat. I mean, I don't. It's like lunchtime. It's time to eat right now. But is there anything you guys want to talk about? Put it in the chat. I love to whatever you guys want to talk about. Come on, put it in the chat. Anything? We did not do an extra live yesterday. We haven't been doing extra live. I'm gonna tell y'all what's been happening. It's been getting later in the day. I want to game with y'all. I'm just being honest with you. I'm ready to game. I want to game with y'all. I want to do something where I could be excited and happy, and where I could laugh and enjoy myself. Yeah, Monique called out all of them when she was going through her struggles and everybody was quiet. That's a fact. When Monique was going through the BS, everybody was like this. Remember? That shit was effed up. Monique was going through all that BS. Well, I mean, we haven't gotten the PlayStation yet, but I'm gonna whatever games y'all want to play is the games I'm gonna play. There's only one game, there's only a couple of games I actually want to play. But whatever games y'all want to play, I'll play. But there's only one or two games that I actually want to play. DC Universe. Everybody download everybody with a PlayStation, download DC Universe, make a villain. I'm on the villain side. 2K, Madden. Other than that, is not really anything. I guess Spider-Man. Other than that, there's not really anything I want to play. Now Taraji T. Hinton's coming through with the same thing years later. So what's changed? I'm going to say something. I don't feel bad about none of these women. I don't feel bad about none of these women. None of them. Zero of them. I don't feel bad about none of them. All right? I'm going to stop. I'm going to be quiet for a minute. I'm going to be quiet for a minute. And then I'm going to tell you why I don't feel bad about for none of them. I'm going to be quiet for a minute. Hey, also, if anybody could pull up to this Cash App today, Super Chat and or PayPal or however you pull up, we could definitely appreciate it today. That's a fact. Even though we have pushed back our date to get the PlayStation, we needed to come up with a couple of more bucks. We weren't able to come up with a couple of more bucks, so we're using those resources to do something else, and we're pushing back our PlayStation for a little while, but those resources are going towards something else. So we can definitely use some people pulling up. We're trying to get to the PlayStation as soon as possible because I want to do some of these things with y'all. Let's talk video gaming, by the way. Let's talk gaming. But I want to say this real quick. I don't feel bad for them. I'm tired of. Hold on. Let me say what I want to make sure I don't want to be an asshole about this. I love our women. And I do not want to be an asshole about this. So please just bear with me. All right? Bear with me. Who is this that just came through? Somebody just came through. I'm not going to call their name. They said Merry Christmas. Shout out with the $15 drop. Who's next? We doing things right now. Who's next? Let's keep doing drops until the haters pull up and try to convince y'all to stop. I'm going to explain to you why I don't feel bad for them. God didn't bless them. Okay? The thing that they're going through is because God didn't bless them. I need for you to understand this. God didn't bless them. They were doing something that God did not want them to do, so they did not get blessed. They were getting on film and showing our people in a bad light. Most of the time, those women were going on film and showing our women in a bad light as drug addicts, as single moms that aren't good single moms, not the white single moms that they put on TV. You know, the black single moms, like the precious moms. What's another thing that they have our women go on TV and be? Belligerent, ignorant, disrespectful to whatever man it is that they're dating, except for when they're dating a white man. Then they're obedient. They have class. So that's my issue, just so we could be clear. So I don't think that they got paid. I think they didn't get paid literally because of the boss that they were working for, because of who they were working for. Now, I know all of that sounds crazy because you like, why can't women be women? And I'm going to say we're supposed to be an example of what to be, not an example of what not to be. So whenever you're purposely doing something to say this is the example of what not to be, you're doing wrong. We're supposed to be an example of what to be. Now, for me, enough of those women didn't go and be a part of being a good mother. Why don't we got more Felicia Rashads? So we got black women on TV that were good. mothers. We got black women on TV that was competent, and black women on TV that was competent, strong, and good mothers. Felicia Rashad, everybody hates Chris. His mother was a good mom's. 227, another good mom's. So this is not me saying that all black women were on TV doing weirdo shit. I'm saying the women that are complaining were pushing a certain agenda. Now I want you to go back and look at what the estate of Estelle Getty is doing. What was her name? Estelle. Hold on. What's her name? Good Times. Hold on, fam. I come on receipts. Good Times. Estelle Roll. I want you to go look at what her estate is doing, fam. Now, she was in movies and television way before these people, before the bucks actually started going in. I want you to go look and see what her estate is worth. She's not even alive anymore, fam. So, no, these women could have been a part of something that was good. They just decided that they wanted to do ratchet shit. And for my position, because this is upsetting to me, in my position, I don't even think, I'm tired of people confusing being ignorant and being strong. I'm tired of people confusing being disrespectful with being strong. I'm tired of people confusing being hard-headed with being strong, because they take the latter of all of those terms that I'm tired of people confusing. They place those signifiers, those characteristics on our women. Then they put our women on television and in the movies. So, Taraja P. Hinton, you could have argued. You know what? They would have fired me. So you could have had integrity. You couldn't. If you would have had integrity, you wouldn't have got the opportunity. That's what you're telling me? So you trying to tell me every black woman that nobody had any integrity? Because I don't agree with that. I just named you one that did. Now I'm going to show you how Estelle Rowe had integrity. You know that they wanted to make her a single mother, and she says she's not doing the show. Oh, that's the part I forgot to tell y'all. Y'all know that her entire show is made because of her. She was a Broadway actress. She was a very acclaimed Broadway actress, for everybody that don't know. Estelle Rowe, an acclaimed Broadway actress. When they started creating the show, they were creating the show around her. She said she's not doing the show if she doesn't have a husband, because they wanted to make her a single mother. So don't tell me that these women couldn't afford. I come with receipts, fam. I'm not just talking. And y'all brought this up. This is y'all conversation that we just organically came into. So this isn't something that I have some notes somewhere. This is just knowledge I have, information. I forgot how we got here. Oh, so no, I don't feel bad for them, fam. I do think they should get paid. Don't get it confused. But the fact that they didn't isn't something that I'm losing sleep over. It's hard for me to watch a lot of our black cinema, because I often feel like we're debasing ourselves and degrading ourselves. So it's just hard for me to watch our black cinema. It might not be for other people. It's hard for me to watch our talented black brothers and sisters sambo it up all day. It's hard for me to constantly watch these movies where our black women don't got no fucking sense and our black men don't do nothing but lift weights and want to have sex and do drugs and whatever other ignorant thing you could think of that show that we're just animals with no actual brain capacity to do anything intelligent. Or we're part of an ensemble and we're the one black person. And we're the smart guy. I'm gonna tell you something that I heard, right? So you know the dude that played uh OB on Loki. He was in the Temple of Doom. He was shortstop. What he called him in Temple of Doom? Shortstop, I think. Um Short round. Short round. He was in he wore a Yankee hat. Um he was short round. So he was also in Everything Everywhere Always. Absolutely incredible movie. So I want to say this. So I saw an interview that he was doing, and it was a part of a movie that he was joining, and the movie is basically a TV show, pardon me, and it was like a parody. He was a part of a previous TV show and it got canceled, so now they're trying to bring the TV show back, and so now they're trying to get him to be a part of them bringing it back, but he don't want to be a part of bringing it back because they had him playing the stereotypical character. He doesn't want to do that anymore. So they're on stage on the mock set, like they redid the set or whatever. The set didn't still exist, but they redid it, mock set. They have the audience there, all of the fans, and they're busy talking about the project. So the guy is asking, would he ever come back? And he had to say, look, for years, he couldn't get a job in Hollywood. Nobody looked his way because the only jobs that was available is the smart Asian dude or the Asian goddess or the Asian godette. He said there were no opportunities to just act, where it's just a character. And the only reason why the character is being seen as an Asian person is because the actor that's playing him is Asian, basically. There's no signifiers to the individual's character that has anything to do with any kind of racial overtones or any type of perceived prejudices against the community that the individual might be a part of, because the character was written and it had nothing to do with race and it had nothing to do with gender. It has something to do with a individual that needed to get from one point to another. So that's basically what he describes. And what I'm saying is this: I understand that stigma exists. I understand that many of these women was struggling and couldn't get no jobs, because that's what they do. They starve you and then they offer you a slave deal. You don't think I've been offered a slave deal while I've been over here all fucked up? You don't think when I was at my lowest, I didn't have people coming up to me offering to buy BBN? You don't think when I was at my lowest, I didn't have people offering to help me? I had people offering to help me that couldn't even help me. They would just wanted to make it because it sounded good. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I help Frost. Nigga, you can't help me. First, I got more money than you. Even when I'm broke. You can't help me. All right? I had people that was really doing weirdo shit like that. So that's what they was doing to a lot of these female actresses. They was doing to a lot of male actresses. That's what they do to male actresses, actors in general. That's what happens to people. What do you think Diddy was doing? Just to talk about Diddy for 2 seconds. What do you think Diddy was doing when he was taking people like The Game and OK Osiris and having them fly around with him for a whole year, and they not doing no work, they not going to no studio, they not doing no writing, they not making no music? What do you really think he was doing? Like, what do you really honestly think he was doing? Besides creating a situation where now they needed him for life, what do you really think he was doing? Like, you can't even tell me he wasn't banging them, fam. I'm gonna tell y'all a quick story about some shit that happened to me. Niggas is weird. So, as y'all know, I was having a situation where we was effed up. I was renting hotel rooms, as everybody knows, staying in hostels. It was pretty tough. So I had somebody that used to be a part of the community, and they hit me up and they was like, yo, you could come chill out over here like for a couple of weeks, and so you could get your money right. So I was like, well, I go hang out over there for a couple of weeks. Mama, I'm paying anywhere between $40 to $75 a day. So a couple of weeks mean I'll be able to save up a couple of $100 if everything goes well, right? That's what I'm thinking, right? I go to the mofo's crib. First of all, it's a one-bedroom apartment. It's a bedroom. It's not a studio. It's a one-bedroom apartment. I go to the mofo's crib, and the nigga, I go and I sit down on the bed at one point because he's like, "Yo," because the way his setup is, uh, all of his stuff is in the living room. He don't got shit in his bedroom. Only thing in his bedroom is his bed. Like, everything he has is in his living room. Like 100% the total opposite of what I would have did in his situation. His bedroom was big as shit. I'm guessing he lived on like the first floor, so I guess he was like scared of having a window and like that. That's what I guess it was. In any regard, gets to the dude's crib. This motherfucker tried to wrestle me on the bed, fam. So you gotta really be mindful of when somebody offer you something. You understand what I'm saying? Really got to the motherfucker crib. I sat down, I put my shit down, I sat down. The nigga I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what the fuck? He was like, and he tried to like play it off. I was like, oh shit, I gotta get ready to get the fuck up out of here. And like a day later, the nigga came to me and said some weirdo shit. And I was busy in the back of my mind. I'm like, well, I'm not gonna be here anyway. So nigga, the fuck? Like that was already a done deal. What the hell is you talking about? I don't wanna just you thinking that was something cool to do. You understand what I'm saying? If not for the fact that I literally couldn't have just picked up and got out at that moment. I would have picked up and got out at that fucking moment, but I just literally couldn't have because I had too much stuff to take with me at one time. You understand what I'm saying? So I had to be mindful. Then the next day, go make a run and then come back and get the rest of my stuff and make a run like that. It is what it is. That was just wild. So you got to be mindful. Sometimes people will wait for you to be at your lowest so they could try to take advantage of you. That's why I'm just be mindful of weirdo shit like that. This shit was crazy, fam. Shout out to dude. I hope you living your best life, fam. In any regard, Estelle Roll. Whole bunch of good times information I just gave you. If nobody knew. I never know what people know or don't know. That's why I be telling y'all like what y'all want to talk about. I promise you, there's an archive up here, fam. History is my favorite shit in school. Feel me? So even outside of school, I'm always trying to learn about shit that done happen. If anybody would like to pull up to the Cash App, PayPal, and or Super Chat right now, will be a great time. Anything else y'all want to talk about? Somebody might be like, yo, Frost, I might want to let me buy you a drink. I haven't had a drink since that last time I told you I had a drink. That was like a month ago, right? No, I think I was somewhere and shout out to homegirl. I don't know her name. We was at I think I had a drink after that, but we was at doing something over there, Coney Island over there near the rods or whatever, and they gave me a little drink or whatever. I had a drink with them. Some ladies. Nice ladies. Nice girls. People be nice to me. I'd be so surprised sometimes. Like I think people be thinking to be like, I really be surprised, man. I'm not used to people. I've lived so much of my life with people being nice to me. You understand what I'm saying? Like this whole people just not being nice to me thing. This is just new. Like this is new. Like this is new. Like I mean, I've like just not like this is new. Let's read the word for today, right? Let's do that. They sent me something. This isn't the word for today. This is something else they sent me. I'm gonna leave the word for today too. I'm gonna read both. I think I gotta be on the other app though. What am I worried about? Luke chapter 2, verses 13 and 14. We're gonna go right to it though. We want to read chapter 13, chapter 4, chapter 2, lines 13 and 14. We're going to read the easy translation and then we'll go to the King James. At that moment, a great crowd of angels appeared. They were praising God. They said, God is great. He lives in the highest place above. He will bless the people on earth who please him. They will have peace in their minds. Once again, at this moment, a great crowd of angels appeared. They were praising God. They said, God is great. He lives in the highest place above. He will bless the people on earth who please him. They will have peace in their minds. Let's go to the King James Version. I wonder what the King James Version read. I love the King. I love when words aren't just words. I like when words are art, you know? Like, even words are art. Um, Once again, it's Luke 2, chapter 2, chapter 2, verses 13 and 14. And suddenly there was with the angel a multitude of the heavenly hosts praising God and saying, Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace, goodwill towards men. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. So shout out to that. Shout out to Luke. Shout out to this Bible that I now have in my phone, which is litty. I want to get a physical Bible though. I like a physical Bible. I need to get a physical Bible like a mug. I got a question. How are y'all attracted to Christian Rock? Like, how are you attracted to her? Like, she's not. I'm not saying she's not pretty. I'm saying, how are you attracted to her? Like, she's not. She's just a ball of masculine energy. Like, how are y'all attracted to that? She is pretty. Don't get me confused. She's pretty. But how are y'all attracted to that? Texas man who drove hundreds of miles to delete ex's new boyfriend only to delete wrong man learns fate. See? Out there searching for revenge. Took the wrong man's life. So the dude you was gonna take life is still gonna be banging your woman while you locked up in jail for the deletion of a whole nother dude. I don't know how real this is. I do not know how real this is, fam. This lady posted for the rapper I hooked up with last summer, and then she posted this. I don't know what to tell you. I know what's happening. Like, I literally know what's happening. I know what's happening. Don't get distracted. Just pay attention to the people who are getting attacked. Okay? Some of them are in on it. That's all. Yo, how they have the Mexicans for Trump? That's like they want them to finish the wall. How do Mexicans for Trump even want the wall finished? That's crazy, right? Nobody think that's bug. Like the Mexicans, they like the Mexicans that's for Trump. They was out there chanting, finish the wall. They want the wall finished, man. That's bananas. Hmm. That's bananas. Nobody think that's bananas? Sheesh. Super cute. That's an actress, by the way, for anybody that's like, I just like white women. That's an actress, fam. She's a pretty actress too. When you see her in the movie, you would thinking damn too. So stop. All right. Ar Ara Aramis, something like that. I don't know how to say her name. I don't know how to say her name. I forget how to say it. I forget out one of these days. It was somebody posted that elf was delicious. Don't put that in some kid. You gonna make some kid. You gonna kill some some kid is gonna fucking grow with all types of different problems. Post to that. Why is this guy? What the fuck is he trying to do? This guy just have garbage bags tied around him. I'm not even gonna show you that because that's garbage. What else y'all want to talk about? I don't really got nothing I want to talk about. I'm just hanging out with y'all right now. What time is this going on? 12. What the hell? I'm over here trying to figure out how to say that girl name. I ain't gonna cap. Also, see, they just got shout out to that. So now they just got like actresses in my feed. Like no black chicks has been coming up as of late either. And I hit like on a lot of black chick pages. I be posting them too. So I don't hit. I don't do that shit. Niggas be so mad at you and shit. So I heard somebody say something about Mary, and I heard people call Mary a groomer. And I'm not saying that she did, but I saw somebody post some bullshit like that. So I'm not saying that that isn't the truth. And I'm not saying that that is the truth. I just wanted to throw that out there. I meant to say that earlier in the show. If Mary comes out and talks, fam, if Mary comes out and talks, fam, if y'all want to know more about it, go listen to Homegirl. She's been talking this whole time. That chick that was a songwriter, I forgot her name. This is an arcade. That's what we call arcades now. I don't know. That looks like somewhere dope to go with your girlfriend. This is in New York City. This is in New York City. Looks like somewhere dope to go take your girlfriend. Jaguar, right? That's one thing that I definitely do miss about Kendra. Cause she know I don't like going outside, so she just find stuff for us to go do all the time. Not have fun. It's not that I don't like going outside. Like I was outside, fam. Like I was outside, fam. You understand? It's not that I don't like going outside. I was outside. All this shit that y'all find interesting, I stopped finding interesting before I was even out of before I was 30. Before I was 25. A lot of this stuff I just don't find interesting no more. I don't care for it. There we go. She a cutie. I don't know her, by the way. I don't have to slide to say she's just on one of these curly pages that I find. I like girls with curly hair. I don't follow her either, but she's a cutie. Yeah, Jaguar, right? I don't follow her either. I don't follow her either. I don't follow half of the chicks I see in my feed, fam. I don't be following half of them. They just be in my feed, fam. They never show me the women I actually follow, to be honest with you. Like the women I follow, they don't come up in my feed. They be posting too. I'm being honest with you. They be posting. They don't come up in my feed though. Anybody else got that problem? Look, another one. I don't follow her. The women I follow don't come up in my feed. Like rare. Look, I don't follow her either. I think that's one of those pages that just post chicks anyway. Yeah, so I don't. The women I follow don't come up in my feed. Like, okay, so I follow Suki because I don't got no choices. The first time I seen Suki page in like weeks, maybe. I don't want to say months, but probably months. Shout out to the homie. I got one of those jackets. I got one of these lumberjack jackets. Shout out to the homie. I got one of those too, fam. Come on, fam. Come on, fam. I got one of those too. Let's go. Shout out to the homie. Not that brand though. Look, I don't follow her either. It just so they don't even show me the women I follow, but I promise you, I follow a lot of black women. They just don't show me they shit. Like I gotta literally like if I want to see like sometimes I gotta literally go to their page. Like this shit is crazy. Like what the fuck they show me? They show me the cat lady though. I see her pictures all the time. I don't follow her either. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think this is a person though. I think this is just a page. Like, they just be posting shit. I haven't been posting this nigga shit. I should post this nigga shit too. He the people. I'm gonna start posting this nigga shit. I fuck with him. A lot of people just be like, yo, Froze, why don't you post anymore? I be like, I be forgetting. Yeah, like, okay, so this is what's in my feed. So just so we could be clear, obviously I'm liking a lot of women's pictures, but they don't, so I don't get it. I don't know why they don't show me the women I follow. Look, I don't follow her. Like, what the fuck is going on with Instagram? Shout out to Jessica Alba. Like, what the fuck is going on with Instagram? Anyway, I'm about to let y'all go. Hey, Diana, Wonder Woman. Gal Gadot, or whatever, however you say her name. All right, I'm about to let y'all go. Oh shit, what is this? Well, yeah, I know what it is. Oh, that's just a thing. All right. I saw they showing clips of the Spider-Man 2 game. So I'm like, that's the shit like they used to do the time the jump through dimensions and shit in Spider-Verse. So that's why I was like, what the fuck? Does he jump through dimensions? And I was like, nah, that's probably just some add-on that he bought. Just looks special. Anyway, what's gonna be incredible is when they make a Marvel open world game like DC Universe. If they ever do that, and they ever do that, if they ever do that appropriately, it's gonna be a wrap. Also, just so everybody is clear, if you like characters like Spider-Man, you can literally make one in DC Universe. He don't shoot webs like you could stick people with webs, but he travels shooting webs and shit like that. Like you could make characters like that, fam. DC Universe is the best superhero role-playing game that I've ever played, bar none. I've been playing it since 2011, bar none. I take a couple of years off here and there, so like I might stop playing for like a year. I might stop playing for like 7-8 months. I might stop playing for 2 years. You know what I'm saying? But I've been playing since 2011. Yeah. The game came out in 2011. Yeah. In any regard, if there's any video game, that's the one I miss. If there's any video game I miss, that's the one. Anyway, I'm gonna let y'all go. Everybody have a blessed day. I want y'all to go do something positive out there in the world. Maybe we go live again. I don't know. I know I say that a lot, but maybe we go live again. If we go live again in the day, I think I'm gonna use regular YouTube. I don't think I'm gonna use StreamYard. I think y'all have a problem connecting with me when I use StreamYard. With that being said, I love y'all. Everybody have a blessed day. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. That's all I got on this one. Amen.